let's talk marketing customer service. I'm going to be speaking about it obviously from my point of view and what I do, which is currently front of house in a gym, so receptionist in a gym. But you can apply this to all customer service roles, and basically just dealing with members of the public in general. Now, I am going to be talking about it from, I guess, a more negative point of view working in customer service, like the cons of the job. But let's talk about it in a lighthearted way, because as me and my colleagues always say, there are far worse problems going on in the world, and there are a lot more stressful jobs than what I'm doing. But of course, when you're dealing with so many people every day and customers, members of the public, as I said, it can be severely draining. Like, you're dealing with all types of people with all types of energies. And I mean, if you're a girl and it's that time of the month, like, it is not fun to deal with. And you know, just in general, if you're having a bad day, you've got problems going on at home in your personal life, and you have to go into work and then deal with other people that have problems, and you know, they're also having a bad day and they're taking out on you. It can be, yeah, severely draining and stressful, and it can get to you at times. So let's talk about it. So let's get straight in. So I have my little notebook. I have wrote some of the main things that I have personally noticed working in customer service. Let's talk about what's going on here. So let's start with, people seem to have zero patience these days. Like, oh my goodness. Me and my colleagues, this is one of the main things we've noticed. Like, people do not have patience these days. I don't know if this has just been a thing that has been around forever, if this is a new thing, if it's a thing of, you know, the location of where I'm working at, but people have no patience. The other day, the gym was so busy. The gym has been crazy busy at the minute, with it being the beginning of the year and other reasons as to why it's so busy. I'm not going to get into that, but yeah, it's been manic, it's been crazy. And yeah, so it was just me on the front desk at this point, and I had people like coming in, like flooding in, which was beginning to cause a queue, because sometimes the problems you're dealing with for one person is like a problem that you need to spend like 15 minutes with them. And if you're the only one on the desk and you've got people constantly flooding in, the queue is just building up. And you're just trying to deal with this person, and you can just see the queue getting bigger and bigger. It can be a little bit overwhelming at times, but you know, it is what it is. So anyway, like, I'm trying to deal with this person who, yeah, is one of those problems that is taking a little bit longer than normal. And then I've got about 3 other people either side of this customer trying to talk to me whilst I'm clearly already dealing with an issue. And I have, so a Reform Pilates class is about to start. So we sell the socks that you need for the class. And I have somebody on this side of me, like waving the socks literally in my face. Like, and then, cause I was just like trying to ignore her, like trying to, you know, make a point of, I'm dealing with this person. We'll do that in a moment. She's like waving them, and then she just throws them onto the desk, which I think is very rude and just unnecessary. So I stop what I'm doing and I look at her and I'm like, please just wait a moment. I am dealing with someone. And then I think she kind of realizes what she's doing. And she's like, oh, I'm just putting them onto the desk. I don't know. She's obviously having a bad day as well. She's like, because the class, she still had about 10 minutes. So it wasn't even as if, you know, she's going to miss the class. So yeah, I'm dealing with this person. I've got someone waving bloody Pilates socks in my face, throwing them over the counter. And then I have someone on this side of me who's refusing to like leave. And she's got all of her bags and stuff on the desk because she forgets her card. And in our gym, we use the cards to lock the locker. Yes, it's not ideal, but it is what it is. And she's forgotten her card, and we don't have any temporary ones left to give out. Because as I said, the gym is so busy. And she's like freaking out because we don't have a temporary card, and she's there giving me all of this attitude, and she's like, well, what am I supposed to do with my stuff? Just getting a little bit, yeah, out of hand because we don't have a card left to give her. And you know, whilst this is all going on, we've then got queues of people, and a lot of the time these people, they're just forgetting their cards, so all they need to do is sign in at reception. So it's just a case of giving us their numbers so we can check that they have an account with us, and then we let them in. So most of this queue, that's all they're waiting for. So I can understand it's annoying that they have to wait because we're dealing with these other problems that are taking longer. But at the same time, like, you forgot your card, like, you should know the process is you still need to sign in. So because you have forgot your card, the consequence of that, or, you know, the next thing after that is just, you're just gonna have to wait a little bit longer potentially to sign in. It's not a big deal. But these people, you know, they've only been waiting a couple minutes. They can't be asked to wait. So they're like swerving around and just walking in anyway, just doing what the hell they want. And then once one of the members sees someone else just walk in, they all start following, and it's just chaos. So yeah, that's like one example of when it gets super busy, when the team, like the rest of the team, are already with other people and it's just me on the front of desk. At that peak time, it can get a little bit stressful. And people start to get rude. I don't know if they can just sense the energy in the air, but yeah, people start to get rude. And you know, let's just say us ourselves working in customer service, we need to have so much patience to be able to deal with that. Like, that is a lot going on. That is a lot for one person to like process and deal with and stay calm whilst you've got all of this chaos going on around you. It's like a bloody zoo at times. Or as we like to say, it is a bloody circus. Like, yeah. So that is something I have noticed. Patience is at 0. Another thing I have noticed, which one should I lead on to next? So another one I would say that's a big one for me is, this sounds brutal, but obviously this may not apply for all customer service roles, because I guess some customer service roles you're seeing new people every day. But in the job that I'm doing, I'm seeing the same faces every day. I start to recognize everyone, you know, that becomes regulars. They come in at the same time every day. And something I want to say, and again, I'm just talking about the cons here, and this isn't applying to everyone, because I've met some amazing friends in the gym who are now like my best mates, but these people, they're not all your friends, okay? You, at the end of the day, you're on that desk or whatever it is. In my case, I'm on that desk to do my job. It pays my bills, it pays my rent. You know, I'm there to work and to make my money so that I can live. That is my job. But to the people that are coming in, like, this is like their downtime. They're either, you know, coming in the morning before work, they're on their break, it's after work, and this is now like their downtime and their out of office kind of thing. And they sometimes forget that, you know, for us, it's not our downtime. Like, we are at work and we are on that desk to do our job. Like, I'm not always standing on that front desk just because I want to, you know, stand there all day and have a chat with like the thousands of members that are walking in. I'm there because it pays my bills. And yes, that is a bonus. The fact that at times, the fact that I can meet people and I can speak to people all day. Like, don't get me wrong, there's some great days where I'm like, I literally love this job. Like, I've had some really good conversations, but it can also go the other way where you're like, Jesus bloody Christ, I want to sit in a room with all the lights out, no one around me, and sit in silence and move to an island where I don't have to ever see anyone again. And some days really are like that. And I know you guys will get me if you know, work in this kind of environment too. Like, sometimes it is a lot and people cross boundaries. So this is something I want to say, like, people really do cross boundaries, and, you know, they may not even realize they're doing it, and they may just think they're being nice. And a lot of the times they are. I'm just trying to be careful with my words because I don't want to come across as, you know, ignorant, because some people are lovely and it's so lovely some of the things these members do, but some of them cross your boundaries. And, you know, I don't know, some of them who you've like shared like a hello and goodbye with a few times, they suddenly find your social media or whatever, and then next thing you know, they're coming in and they're, you know, like saying, oh, I seen what you did on the weekend, you did this, that, and that, I didn't know you did this and that. And it's because they've like found your social media account and they suddenly think like they know you and they know everything about you, which I don't know, sometimes I find quite invasive, because I don't know. I don't know how to explain this because I don't want to come across as because like I don't know. I know you guys will get me. Like sometimes it just feels a bit invasive, and you know, like I said, I'm not there to discuss like certain personal things in my life, and you know, I'm there to work. So sometimes I notice people will find social media and think they like know you. Um, Another thing as well is you'll get people that are complete energy vampires, and by that